Live from Warrior Field on the North Campus of the University of Waterloo, it's Warriors football on OUA TV. This afternoon, a huge matchup with playoff implications as the Carleton Ravens take on the Waterloo Warriors. Good afternoon, welcome, thank you for joining us on OUA TV. My name is Adam McGuire alongside Kevin Horn. And Kevin, there are a varying number of teams and scenarios at the bottom of the OUA. We know what the top's going to look like. Windsor, Western, Laurier, they've punched their tickets. But for the next four spots, there's a logjam. Both of these two teams are right on the bubble at 2 and 4, so the winner today will have a huge leg up going into Week 9 to try to claim one of those playoff spots.
Yeah, absolutely, Adam. I think you definitely want to be in the driver's seat going into that last week. You want to have your destiny in your hands and not leave it up to other people. So both of these teams are really thinking this is a must-win game.
Yeah, and that will be the key. Obviously, 3 and 5 will likely get a tie-break position at some point after the dust has settled next week, but certainly not in your own hands. For the Warriors, they have Toronto next week. They're right on the bubble as well. They've got 2 wins. U of T, they are in tough today against the Western Mustangs. Carleton at 2 and 4. They have Guelph next week. Guelph sits right now with 3 wins and 3 losses. Anything can happen there. Queens is visiting Guelph today. So all kinds to be decided here. But in this one, Kevin, I think the key really will be, can the Warriors pass rush disrupt the aerial attack of Carleton?
Yeah, and you've got some great pass rushers up front, especially Tyson Hergott, right? He's at the top of the OUA in sacks right now, and he's a guy that if they are going to disrupt this passing game, he is going to be the guy that's going to have a big game today.
Yeah, on the other side, defensive end, there's probably 2 JP Metris Trophy candidates here for Lineman of the Year. Ife Onyeka on the other side is an absolute wrecker as well that the Warriors will have to worry about offensively, as the coin toss has been conducted here. Let's see, it looks like Cole Crossett and the Waterloo kicking unit is on the field, so they will kick off on a windy day like today. I don't know for sure, but I would assume that means the Warriors probably won the toss and will pick the wind. It's something Chris Bertoya and the Warriors staff has done in the past. So they will kick into the wind, the Warriors will. They'll get the wind for the longer second quarter and longer fourth quarter. That's part of the plan. And Cole Crossett will kick it away. And the Warrior defense, which even last week in the loss at McMaster, played really well. McMaster had a lot of short fields. Waterloo actually outgained McMaster last week. The Marauders only 250 yards of offense. But, Kevin, they were able to manufacture 31 points, so field position is going to be a big one here today.
Especially on a windy day like this, but in Canadian football, always that field position is going to matter.
So Cole Crossett to kick it off. 2 and 4 Carleton, 2 and 4 Waterloo. A cool and windy day, but the rain has stopped for now, as Matt Moran will take it back from his own 20 and tackled at about the 33. Ball came out. Waterloo says they have it. They do. For the second straight week, Waterloo forces a fumble on the opening kickoff and recovers. They did it last week at McMaster. They scored on the first play. What a play that was, as the Warriors are able to force a fumble on special teams.
And that looked like Jordan Travis to me with a big hit on the returner, pops that ball loose. That's a huge play this early in the game.
The veteran Jordan Travis forces the fumble, and now it's the Waterloo offense with great field position on the 32, 1st and 10. Here's Nickawart. Anthony Miller in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller puts his shoulder down and gains maybe 5-6 yards. They'll see where we spot it here, but decent gain on 1st down.
Yeah, a lot of good movement from that Warrior offensive line. That's going to be a key. If they want to control the game on the ground, they got to get off the ball hard.
That was an issue last week, a Warrior rushing attack that's 4th in the province with over 200 yards a game, but Ethan Calra, the right guard, was missing last week. He's one of the stalwarts of the line. He's back in today. One of the seniors honored here at Senior Day. It's 2nd and 5. Handoff is to Miller. Miller hits a gap. Miller still going and taken down right at the line to gain. Probably enough for a 1st down.
That makes a nice cut to find an open hole. It's a great bit of running.
Let's see. Are they going to mark it just short? They're going to mark him just short. gotta think Waterloo's offense is going to stay on the field. And they will. It's 3rd and a really short yard.
Looks like they're bringing in a short yardage set here to punch this ball over.
Or under center. Or is going to go straight ahead, and that'll be enough for the first down. Gained 2 on the 3rd down and short. So the Warriors, they have the most 3rd down conversions in the OUA. That's their 16th on the season on 32 attempts.
And this is how you got to be happy to start if you're Waterloo, right? Turn the ball over, move the chains on first down. Now move the chains, and now you got a good opportunity to put one in the end zone early.
Yeah, and it has to be, Kevin, a vote of confidence for Chris Bertoya toward the offense here to say, get on there. We could have just taken the 3 points, but it was a short yard, trusted his quarterback. They got it. So 1st and 10 now from the 21-yard line. It's going to be a play action or rolls or a little too high and behind James Basiliga on 1st down, so that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Right, and that receiver action coming in, you get 2 guys coming into motion. That's a lot for this Carleton defense to have to work through. They got a guy open in the flat. That's something I would bet they'll come back to later on.
Yeah, maybe just to throw a little behind as Orr was rolling to his right. So 2nd down and 10 now. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Orr will throw to the outside. Romel Samuel Slocum just to the line to gain. The pylon is there, and it's going to be short again by about a yard. This one a longer yard. Let's see if they stay with the offense. It's going to be a really long yard, maybe a short 2, and they are going to keep the offense on the field. You like this call?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it shows confidence in those guys, especially those guys up front. I'd look to run the ball here.
Anthony Miller is the lone setback. Handoff is to Miller.
Looks like
Carleton thinks that they stopped him. He's right there at the line. And, yeah, it is a 1st down, I think.
First down, Carleton.
It's a first. Yeah, it was a stop on 3rd down. So a big play by the Carleton defense as they stand up Waterloo on 3rd down, 2nd 3rd down conversion there, and the Warriors get down deep but don't get any points out of it. Put the game in the defense's hands at this point.
I still like that call. We talked about field position, right? This is a great spot to put the Carleton offense, give them a long field, still builds confidence in your guys knowing that you're going to trust them to go for it.
Yeah, extremely long field. It's at the 11-yard line. So Tristan Lefebvre and the Carleton offense take over. It's a little sweep play there on the far side, and a flag comes in late. I think it's going to be a late hit on Jethro Aleko of the Warriors.
That's what it looks like to me. Looks like he hit him out of bounds. It's a tough penalty to take if you're Waterloo.
I think the ball carrier might have been Ferdinand on the sweep from the slot. So that eliminates a lot of those field position gains. It's essentially now, Kevin, where that kickoff would have been taken with no points on the board for Waterloo.
Yeah, that's a pretty tough mistake.
Handoff is to Moran, and a big stop by the Warriors in the backfield. Maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. Let's see. It's going to be a loss of a yard.
And that's Tyson Hergott just scraping down the line. They're trying to kick him out with the receiver. They're not going to be able to do that, right? That's a great play by a fifth-year guy.
And, yeah, you mentioned Tyson Hergott off the top. Just an outrageous stat line. He leads the country in sacks, tackles for losses, but he also leads by a lot in total tackles for defensive linemen. 2nd down and 11 now. Pass to the outside here. Evan McDonald is picked off! Intercepted! Isaiah Blackson, a pick 6. The Warriors flip the field again and get on the board. A huge interception return for the touchdown.
What an interception, right? He sees that ball come up. It comes up a little bit soft, hanging up in the wind maybe. He cuts in front, and nobody's going to catch him.
Isaiah Blackson, the pick six. Huge defensive plays, Kevin, here. We're not even 5 minutes into this game. We've had a fumble recovery by the Warriors on the opening kickoff, a third down stand by the Ravens, and now a pick six from Waterloo.
It's a good one to tune into, I think.
Unbelievable. We're 4 minutes and 30 seconds in, so Cole Crossett will come on to add the extra point. Crossett is up and through. So the big play, Blackson, set up by the first down play. When you win on first down in Canadian football, it makes such a big difference in the play calling and even how those defensive backs can play, doesn't it?
Absolutely. They can play a little bit tighter, right? Knowing that to the sticks, knowing that you've got to get there. You saw 2 long hooks on the wide side of the field. That's a tough throw for a quarterback to make. If he's not on and he hangs it up, that can happen.
Yeah, and that was with the wind, so sometimes that ball can sail a little bit. We know that you throw it into the wind, it can sail, but even throwing it with the wind, it's hard to get the right touch to kind of lay that down. That's a long throw, right, from the outside, to the field side, from the left hash to the right sideline, and Isaiah Blackson read it perfectly. So the Warriors with an early defensive touchdown. Crossett will kick it off once again. A low liner. Matt Moran with it again. Moran buried there at the 31. Again in on the tackle, Jordan Travis, the veteran. And the Ravens are back on the field down 7.
And that's some great coverage from the Waterloo coverage team. You consider that ball is going into the wind. They're doing a great job of getting down there and limiting a return. It can be tough if that ball is coming in front of the 10.
Yeah, and we saw Cole Crossett, the veteran kicker and punter, another senior that was honored here pregame. He knows how to keep that ball low and lining, but still get a decent amount of distance on it. Handoff here is to Ferguson, Josh Ferguson, the number 1 option out of the backfield. A good gain on first down.
And he is a tough physical runner, right? He's a guy that if he starts to get moving, he'll wear the team down over the course of the game.
Gain of 7 on first down. Yeah, 6'2" and 201 pounds out of Niagara. Josh Ferguson in the backfield again as Lefebvre sends the waggle. Lefebvre will pull it down, and that one's in behind the intended recipient. The pass was intended for Hunter Brown, but it was behind him, so a 2-and-out force now by Waterloo's defense.
Yeah, and that was good coverage. I mean, when Carleton gets such a big advantage on first down, you think, they're going to have a good opportunity to convert on second, but some good tight coverage there, and Waterloo's able to get off the field.
So back for the Warriors to receive the punt. James Basiliga, Justin Sukar. Punt is away from Joey Chandra. 1 bounce, and Sukar will take it inside his own 20. Doesn't get much out of that return. They'll mark it at the 21-yard line of Waterloo. That's where the Warriors offense will reclaim possession.
And you'd expect to see them, I would expect to see them go back to Anthony Miller on the ground here. Let's keep establishing that run game. Carleton has that 30 front, which can sometimes be a little bit weaker against some of those inside runs. Yeah,
we saw Waterloo just destroy the Guelph 30 front a few weeks ago here. It'll be Quentin Springer now in the backfield as we see the Warriors using their 2-headed rushing attack. Springer, the rookie out of Jacob Hespler, tries to bounce to the outside, but he's corralled and hauled down. I think that was Chris Toupane.
Yeah, and he's able to, and the reason the teams will run that 30 front is it keeps the linebackers clean, so it gives them an opportunity to kind of make some plays and string stuff out. So it can be tough to run outside on those defensive ends.
It's a loss of about a half a yard for Springer on his first carry. Both Springer and Miller. Miller's got more carries on the year, but they're both averaging about the same, 6.6 yards a carry for Miller, 6.8 for Springer. But it's second down and long here into the wind. Let's see if Nick Orr, the rookie quarterback, flag is going to fly. Another flag now on the near side. Orr's got to roll out. And on the sideline, he tried to hit Ramel Samuel Slocum. It looked like offside, though, on this right side of the defensive line, the defensive end for Carleton.
And that was a great job of Orr, right? Manipulating that snap count a little bit and manipulating that cadence, getting his team into a second and more manageable. That's a veteran play from a young guy.
Yeah, I misspoke. I said rookie. It's his second year, but first year as a starter for Nick Orr, who is learning on the job. He's got lots of tools and upside, but it's a tough position to be in. 3 years ago, we had a game here where we saw rookie Taylor Elgersma, who now is starring at Laurier, really struggle in 2 games against Waterloo in the COVID-shortened season. In his first start, he threw 4 interceptions against the Warriors. And so it's just a position that takes some time to learn sometimes. That's what they're hoping will come to fruition with Orr as he pulls that play action out. This time he's got the cross to Basiliga, and Basiliga leaps ahead on second down, enough for a first down.
And that's a great fake. You slip that receiver across behind the line. He's hard to pick up from the defense to come across. You give him a step, and he gets a first down. That's a nice, well set up play.
So after the big first down play by the Carleton defense, the penalty sets up a second and short or second and mid, and the Warriors convert. So first down at the 33 of Waterloo. 3 to Orr's left. Handoff to Springer. Springer hits a hole on first down. Hauled down there, a gain of maybe 3 on first down, so second and long for the Warriors once again.
Yeah, and a little bit of traffic, a little bit of a slower developing run with a couple pullers, and that does give those linebackers time to move and to read. So I wonder if maybe they're setting up something to come across. We've already seen them pull the ball out on motion a couple times, so something to kind of keep an eye on.
Right in the middle of the hash marks says Nick Orr on 2nd and 7. Orr, pressure comes, throws it across the middle. It's Sukar. Justin Sukar with a first down over midfield. A big gainer there on a little cross, just as you'd said they'd set up. And Sukar with a nice play on second down there to move the sticks and then some.
Yeah, we see Springer motion out of the backfield, right? That pulls the linebacker out with him and creates a nice soft spot in the defense for them to throw that drag across.
Yeah, it's not a complicated play necessarily, but it's kind of back to the basics. This is something Chris Bertoya has talked about throughout the year. He said they didn't do a lot of install the last few weeks. They're really just focusing on film work on the opponent and executing the stuff that they know is in their base packages that works. Handoff to Miller. Miller stood up at the line and rolled back. Anthony Lucan is able to meet right at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard gain for Miller. Again, second and long. 5:31 to play and counting here in the first quarter. The Warriors continue to lead 7-0. I'll call it second and a short 10 or a long 9. Orr to throw. Orr going way deep, has a man! Oh, it's just too far for James Basiliga. That was a great ball into the wind, and Basiliga was there just a half step too far, and the Warriors will be forced to punt.
And they had him, right? They ran a 4-by-1 formation. They ran quads. They hadn't shown that yet, so it took Carleton a second to adjust. They obviously had a coverage bust, and that's a really, really close play.
So Crosset will punt, but the big gain from Sukar on second down will help flip the field. Punt is away into the wind, takes a bounce. Warriors have to get away from it. They give the 5-yard halo. It's right at the sideline, so no damage really done there on the return from Kasim Ferdinand.
Waterloo's got to be pretty happy with how this game has started. They're up 7. They kept Carleton at bay. They pushed them deep. I think they haven't given Carleton an opportunity to take advantage of having the wind, and that's a big thing. Is that if you can keep that wind advantage, it's going to help you next quarter.
Yeah, and now we're under 5 minutes to play in this first quarter, so Carleton limited to what they can do with the wind at their backs here. Handoff is to Ferguson. Ferguson gains about 5 on first down. Just want to go back really quickly too, Kevin, to that second down play that Orr just missed to Basiliga, the one thing that the Warriors must be really happy about is that Orr stayed in that pocket, even with the pressure. The pocket was still there. He didn't pull it down and roll out. That's been something that's kind of been an issue for Orr, is that feeling the pressure, even maybe when it's not as much as he thinks is there, he'll roll out and tuck it. This time he stood in and threw the ball and just missed Basiliga deep. So second down and 5. Lefebvre to throw to the far sideline. It's tipped away. What a great play by Anisu Latmore, as that ball kind of hung up longer than Tristan Lefebvre wanted. Latmore broke it up, and another 2 and out for the Ravens offense. Sorry.
And that's another long pass to the field side on second down, where they haven't had a lot of success yet. So I don't know that I would be continuing to try and take those shots to the widest part of the field.
Yeah, those throws are so hard, when you get down on a Canadian football field, to see how far that throw is to the field side, it's pretty wild, as Basiliga jumps up and catches that punt on the run. I imagine James Basiliga there had visions of an extra 15 yards on that one, but a good job by the coverage unit of Carleton to kind of back off.
It did look a little close, but I think, it's in a game like this when the wind is whipping a bit, it's really just important to make sure you catch the ball in the air, and if you can get some yards, then that's great.
It's always the risk, right? Do you let it bounce? Because then if you let it bounce, even if it's the 5-yard halo, it's a 5-yard penalty. If you take it on the fly, if you fumble it and the flag is down, you still retain possession, but it's a risk, as Orr on a design run will take off, lower his shoulder around the right side of the line, and gets a first down, a gain of 11 for the Waterloo quarterback, as he tucked it and ran.
And I love that, right? They've shown that receiver motion coming in a couple times. Carleton's going to move to adjust, and Orr just takes it around the corner. I mean, that's a great run. That's lots of, and you see his offensive line following him, getting physical as the run goes on. I mean, it's fun to block for a guy that'll do that.
So first down for the Warriors, approaching midfield once more. Little pitch sweep to Sukar, and Carleton sussed it out. Agamodu made the stop. L. James Agamodu with a good play there to track the ball carrier Sukar.
Yeah, and a good opportunity for Waterloo to get into a second and manageable. The ball's in the middle of the field. It's a little bit tough to make calls sometimes, usually on the hash. So good call from the Warriors there.
Second down and 7. Ball on the Carleton 54-yard line. Orr is going to throw once again. This time he's going to go deep. Basiliga! Oh, what a catch!
Wow. That is a dime. He put that right in between the two defensive backs, where only his guy had a chance to get it. That is a big boy throw.
What an outrageous throw that was. That was perfect from Orr to Basiliga, a big gainer on second down. And all of a sudden, Waterloo inside the Carleton 30 down to the 25, 26-yard line is where they'll spot it. And, yeah, you said it, Kevin. That throw, unbelievable, over 2 defenders. Neither could make a play. Basiliga hauled it in. Orr is going to roll. Orr going to run inside the 20. And they'll mark him at the 18, maybe the 17-yard line on first down.
And that's another great run. He sees the linebacker blitz late, right? He's able to pull that ball out. That can be tough sometimes when the read player changes, but he's able to make a play. And even looked like he was going to throw it there, froze the defense a little bit, and Nick Orr has come to play today.
Yeah, and that's one of the hardest things, I think, for these quarterbacks to learn in a new offense when they first start is those read option plays, right? To figure out who they're reading, when to read, and when to pull. Tal Ibrahim is in at the backfield now for the Warriors. The third back to get a handoff. Oh, he is popped. What a play that was. Malik Yusuf on second down. What a hit that was, right in the gap.
And he read that all the way. He shedded the blocker and stepped up and made the tackle. That was a very, very nice stop from Yusuf.
And it was second down and about 3, but the no gain, maybe a loss, a half yard, and Warriors will not go for it once again here. They will bring on Cole Crossett to try a 26-yard field goal here. Into the wind, but the wind is not as strong as we've seen it earlier today. Flags are still flying plenty, though, into the face of Crossett, the veteran kicker. Kick is up. Kick is good, just good. Cole Crossett inside the upright, and it's 10-0 Warriors.
And they have to be happy about that start, right? They have done a great job of preventing Carleton from taking advantage of the wind. They've been able to really make some nice plays on offense. Defensive touchdown obviously helps a lot, but I love this start from the Warriors there.
Yeah, and 26 seconds only, then the Warriors will get the win. So what a tremendous start from Waterloo. Couldn't have probably written it any better. They'd love to make sure they finish it, though. A week ago, they were up 9-0 early at McMaster, ended up losing that game. 31-19 the final. As this pass is out, it was intended there for Hunter Brown. Really close, Kevin, to being a lateral. They're going to say an incomplete pass, though.
I think everybody sort of stopped. They weren't sure. And I think, yeah, you saw that was a pretty that's a tough drop to be 2nd and 10 now on a screen.
Yeah, whether or not it was an incomplete pass or not, this will be the last play of the first quarter. It's tough to set up a 2nd and long. Can Tristan Lefebvre and the Carleton offense get anything done? They cannot. Guess who? It's Tyson Hergott, his nation-leading 10th sack. He has been a wrecking ball. He shedded a block, and Lefebvre was dead to rights. So another 2 and out. Tyson Hergott, what a play.
Yeah, and I wasn't surprised to see them trying to take a deeper shot to take advantage of having the win now, but that's a great individual effort by Tyson Hergott to make that sack.
So the Ravens will punt on 3rd down here when we come back for the second quarter after this.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated.
Welcome back to Warrior Field. Start of the second quarter here as the Ravens will punt it away. Joey Chandra standing at his own 10-yard line. Into the wind now, this punt will go. It's a short one. Sukar is going to catch it on the run. Sukar makes a move to the outside. Justin Sukar. Can he get the corner? Sukar just cannot. He's ridden out of bounds, though. Late flag as Sukar was pushed out of bounds and then landed on, so they'll tack 15 onto that. And a great return by the veteran Sukar. He came up again, like we said, Kevin, and took it on the fly. Carleton did a good job to back off real close to 5 yards again, but Sukar made it happen across the field.
Yeah, and that gave him some time to get across the field. But you said Jordan Travis with an absolutely fantastic block on that wide side. I mean, that's some impressive blocking on special teams.
Yeah, Jordan Travis,
he's been a player today.
He has definitely. So he's been in the starting lineup at boundary corner and at field corner, and kind of lost that job. He's given up a couple of big plays, but he on special teams today has been outstanding, doing his 1/12 as the Warriors now take over on the 17. Little fake, or to the end zone, Basiliga! Oh, just overthrown. Maybe the wind got under that one a little bit.
Just missed him. A lot of movement happening, right? We got, going from 4 receivers. You got one coming across, right? There's a lot of motioning and happening on that 4 receiver side. So not surprised to see somebody spring free. Just missed him. That's twice.
Yeah, one time into the wind and this time against it. And the wind has picked up, blowing on your screen from left to right. So tough to get that one, that little touch to the back of the end zone with the wind blowing that hard. Orr is going to throw again. Orr gets away from pressure of Onyeka to the end zone, and again, just out of the back. Tyler Tierney was coming along on the cross, so the Warriors kicking unit will come back on to try to add 3 more.
But that's a really impressive play for Moore to be able to get away from Onyeka, who's another great OUA pass rusher. If he takes a sack there, he's potentially putting his team in a tougher field goal range, so that's a good, smart play.
Yeah, and again, out of the back of the end zone, it was out of the reach of Tierney, but way out of the reach of anybody in white, right? That was the goal there, I think, for Orr.
Yeah, that's not a bad spot to miss. If you're going to miss, you're okay to miss, Steve.
So it'll be it's like a 24-yard field goal. Kick is up, kick is through for Cole Crossett. He's 2 for 2. Adds 3 more to the Warriors' lead. It's 13-0 for the hosts here, early second quarter.
Yeah, and I don't know what Carleton's got to do to get moving here. They've been struggling to throw the ball deep. They've had a couple interceptions, batted balls, some sacks. I would expect they might try to keep things simple with Josh Ferguson here for at least the first down and try to see if they can build some positive momentum.
Yeah, it is. You know, they have been successful running the ball, right? Ferguson on first down has gained 5 or 6. We saw, in their first possession, they had a good 7-yard gain on first down, and then through the interception. Lefebvre. And again, Lefebvre off the mark to the near side. Jaden Simon off of his fingertips. It was behind him. And another 2nd and long here for Carleton.
And Carleton wants to throw the ball, right? They've got a talented receiving core, talented quarterback, but sometimes you got to build a little bit of confidence, and you got to build a little bit of confidence doing things. Sometimes running the ball is going to help you do that.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 35. Lefebvre to throw. Got it out and completed that one quickly, but brought down there was Kasim Ferdinand. Nowhere to go on the little kind of curl hitch on 2nd down. It's only a gain of 3 for 2nd and 10, so again, Carleton has to punt.
And it looked like you saw the Waterloo linebacker fake a blitz, and I think Lefebvre saw that, thought they might get some man coverage or had to get the ball out quick, and Warriors were able to disguise that very well.
It was a gain of only 1, so punt is away from Chandra. And taken at his own 42 by Justin Sukar up to the Waterloo 50. And that's where the Warriors offense will come back on the field. See if they try to reestablish the run here.
I mean, we talked about field possession off the hop. Waterloo has had it. They have been able to consistently pin Carleton deep. Carleton just hasn't been able to get it out of their own end. Even here, they're only on the 50. Waterloo needs to keep pressing the advantage.
Yeah, Waterloo didn't have to punt once into the wind in that first quarter. Handoff here is to Springer. Quentin Springer takes a hit but keeps going. Hey. Quentin Springer lowers the shoulder and gets 9 on first down. That was a violent collision, and Springer bounced off of it.
That's a heck of a run from last year's Doug Shue winner in Waterloo County football.
Yeah, he was one of the best at Hespeler and heavily recruited, of course. One of the things that head coach Chris Bertoya told me preseason, that he's got a lot of talent. They were working on lowering his pad level. Certainly was low enough on that one.
Yeah, that'll do.
2nd down and 1 for the Warriors across midfield. It's a play action. A boot for Orr, and Orr's got some space. He's going to run it. Nick Orr still on his feet. has the sideline out of bounds at the 26-yard line. A big gain from Nick Orr on the bootleg.
That's a great gain, right? Second and short, you're expecting them to run the ball, bring a runner across. Basiliga with a nice block in the open field to help him out. It's another great run for Moore today.
Yeah, a little fake in the backfield on the counter, it looked like, to try to get Carleton's defensive front to lean. Play worked, and it's first down Waterloo from the 26 of the Ravens. Orr doesn't have it, so he's going to run to the middle of the field. He's taken down inside the 15 to the 14, it looks like. He really had his eyes peeled on Basiliga in this near side corner, I think.
I thought he had him. It is a good decision, though. He knew he had open field, so he went and took it. He read the linebacker blitz very well. Just Nick Orr's dealing right now.
Coming into this game, it was all about the Waterloo rushing attack, which certainly hasn't been ineffective, but Orr and the aerial attack has made some big plays. He's made some big plays with his feet, too. He's going to throw again. This time he's got Basiliga. That was Sukar, but the pass was a little too low.
And I really like that motion, bringing Sukar across from the backside, letting him take a quick out. No linebacker's going to be able to run with him, but you got to put that ball on his outside shoulder where he can run onto it.
Yeah, it was a little too far behind Sukar, and again, a longer throw, not all the way to the sideline on the field side, but a throw that Orr would probably want back, so it's second down and 10. Pass out of the backfield to Springer. Springer follows some blocks. Springer to the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. Quentin Springer adds a major for Waterloo. It's 19-0 with the extra point to come.
And that's a great quick screen pass. Get a couple offensive linemen out in front. And then a great run by Springer. Tough running to finish it. Lowering that shoulder as we talked about. Very good physical run from a first-year player.
So as Crossett comes on to attempt the extra point, I think that's a pretty big touchdown here for the Waterloo offense. You know, Waterloo has obviously, as we've talked about, Kevin, dominated this game, but, you know, scoring opportunities as that extra point is no good. Maybe partially blocked,
it looked like somebody got a hand on it up front for sure.
Yeah, that might have been Zendru Odan who blocked it. Regardless, it is a partial tip block. It's no good, 19-0. Just to finish that thought, though, the Warriors in the red zone, 13 of 16 for scores, but only 9 for 16 coming into the game in touchdowns. So to turn that into a major and really put Carleton behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard, that has to be a great feeling for this Waterloo offense, given how well the defense has played and how much Waterloo has dominated time of possession and the field position battle.
And especially after kicking a couple field goals, having a defensive touchdown, that's their first score on offense. It's nice to feel like you're pulling your weight as an offensive unit, but just some great, I think it's a lot of great play calling and a lot of great design from Waterloo as well. They've really taken advantage of this Carleton team.
Yeah, 2 field goals when the Warriors had scoring opportunities, not to mention the third down issue that they had where they were stuffed on third down deep in Carleton territory, as bringing this one all the way out from his own end zone to the 15.
And that was a heck of a kick. That's a really, really deep ball by Crossett and really puts Carleton behind the 8 ball. They're trapped inside their own 20. Field position again, Waterloo has it.
I think it was Matt Moran on the return. So yeah, in with the wind behind him, and Cole Crossett's got one of the biggest legs in the OUA, so really now putting the Ravens in a difficult position field position-wise. Pass is complete to Arnott Smith. Arnott Smith is taken down. What a tackle that was. It was Isaiah Blackson. He is having quite the game. He was the author of the pick 6 in the first quarter, and that's a gain of only a yard on first down and 10.
Yeah, and that's some great discipline to be able to step up and make that tackle. Arnott Smith's a big player, and that's a great way to take him down, is take him low.
Yeah, the big fullback out of Ottawa, 225 pounds, Aiden Arnott Smith. Unable to get away from Blackson there. So it's 2nd down and 9 for Carleton as the sun peeks through the clouds a little bit here. Pressure comes. Here's Hergott. Long pass attempt in the middle of the field, and it is complete. Hunter Brown made the catch. Coverage was decent from Blackson, but Brown kind of boxed him out, used his height advantage, and went up and got it. That's Carleton's biggest play by far of the afternoon.
Yeah, that's a nice catch, and you see in that 4-by-0 set there, Kasim Ferdinand on the inside draws a lot of attention going across the field, opens it up in behind him.
So Carleton into Waterloo territory now on the 41-yard line of the Warriors. Tristan Lefebvre. Handoff is to, I think, Alex Gale maybe in the backfield. It was Alex Gale, 2nd year out of Edmonton.
Nice vertical run for Carleton, set up a 2nd and 5, keeping themselves on schedule.
Gain of 5, as you said, on 1st down, so 2nd and 5 for Carleton. Lefebvre to throw. Lefebvre through the middle of the field. It's caught. 1st down, Jaden Simon. As the Carleton passing game catches a little fire here. All the way down to Waterloo's 12-yard line.
Yeah, they're getting some pretty good protection. They're able to, Lefebvre's able to step up in the pocket and deliver some very, very nice footballs.
My conversation with head coach Chris Bertoya this week, he said this is the biggest offensive line they've played this season. And right there, it showed the protection was great for Lefebvre. 1st down for the Ravens. Lefebvre to throw again. This time the pressure comes. Ball is out. Ball came out. Who has it? And it looks like the Ravens have recovered 2nd down. And I don't know who got his hand on the ball. Both ends were coming in, Kyle Doughty and Tyson Hergott.
It looked like Hergott to me, but we just talked about the great protection that Carleton had. Waterloo did a great job of collapsing that pocket, preventing Lefebvre to step up, and those are things that will happen.
Oh, they're calling it an incomplete pass now. And they've got to reset the marker. So that was incomplete. They're going to say the arm was going forward. So it's an incompletion on 1st down. Still the pressure, though, gets to Lefebvre and forces the incompletion. Ravens can get a 1st down without a touchdown here. Ball on the 13-yard line. Lefebvre. Pressure comes. Lefebvre, can he get out? No, he can't. A shoestring tackle. I think it was Justin Geck that got his hand on the foot of Lefebvre, another local product.
It looked like 97. He tried to step up and tried to squeak through, and they were able to just get a hand on him and trip him up, which is a good thing because he probably is running into the end zone if they don't get a hand on him.
Yeah, there was daylight there for Lefebvre, so a good tackle. That'll force Carleton into a field goal attempt. Brandon Forcier will come on. Kick it a 17-yarder attempt this will be. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is through, so Carleton on the board. They'll add 3 here with 5:31 to play in the half. It's 19-3 for the Warriors. And Carleton moved the ball well there, but a bend not break mentality from the black and gold defense.
Yeah, I think their first opportunity is to really push the ball down the field, but I think they're going to have to sort out what is happening up front because the only plays where they were able to move it, they had some good protection, and as soon as it broke down, you saw their drive stall. So I would think that offensive line coach on the sideline is going to be really focused on how do we keep our quarterback clean.
It's been the question that the Warriors' opponents have had to ask themselves lots this year. Handoff is to Miller. Miller bounces off the first contact and rolls maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1, it looks like, for Miller. Front 7 of Carleton, sorry, Kevin, is no joke either.
We've seen this formation from Waterloo with Basiliga and Sukar on the same side a couple times, and there they just came across, and I think that's something that Waterloo will look to come back to later on, with 2 of their best guys right beside each other.
2nd down and 9 for the Warriors. To throw, it's complete to Evan Basiliga, the H-back, but a really excellent tackle from Medley Joseph, the linebacker, will force Waterloo into its first punt as Basiliga out of the backfield was able to haul that in, but Joseph tracked him down in his tracks, and gain of only 2 or 3 there on 2nd down.
Yeah, tough to not push the ball a little bit deeper on 2nd down. You're really depending on that player to make a lot of space on the ground. So that's an interesting call there from University of Waterloo.
Cross set to punt. And it's a great one. Lots of hang time. On the return, this is Ferdinand. And Kasim Ferdinand tried to go up the middle, bounce it to the outside. A half-decent return on a pretty good punt from Crossett. And Carleton will take the ball at the 34-yard line.
I mean, I think now we need to look for, can Carleton protect their quarterback? Can they keep him clean? Give him a chance to get to his 2nd and 3rd reads, right? Waterloo seems to be doing a good job of taking away his first look. Can he get to the 2nd? Can he get to the 3rd?
Creeping toward the 3-minute warning here, 3:50 and counting in the 2nd quarter. This 2nd quarter has flown by. Here's the handoff to Ferguson, and Ferguson only about 3 on 1st down.
And that's Hergott again on the tackle. Obviously a great pass rusher, but like we talked about, leads defensive linemen in tackles. The guy is everywhere.
Yeah, and the OUA in solo tackles, Hergott has 24 coming in. He's 11th. The next defensive lineman at 37th in the province. So 2nd and 7 here as Carleton sends a bunch of motion.
Oh, he had him.
Long pass to the outside, flags fly, and yeah, Kasim Ferdinand looked like he had a step on Isaiah Blackson. That's going to be one of the easiest calls that the officials will make today.
And that honestly might not have been a bad penalty. Ferdinand was open. I think that could have been a disaster for the University of Waterloo secondary.
Yeah, that's one of those penalties that's, on 2nd down and 6. It's going to move the chains, obviously. It's going to be a tough penalty for the Warriors to take, but it could have been 6 pretty easily, I think, if Ferdinand had been free and the ball was spotted where it was intended to from the quarterback, Lefebvre.
Yeah, we saw that really late motion, right? They had ended up with 4 receivers on the short side late, and they left Blackson out there on an island, and that's tough for the field corner to be up against one of the best receivers in the OUA.
Yeah, Blackson's had a great game. He's got the pick 6. Made a really great play on a tackle in the open field earlier, but that one was beat and had to grab on. 1st down for the Ravens. Handoff is to Ferguson, and Jethro Aleko, the linebacker, with a great play to suss that one out and get the first contact. Only 2 on 1st down, maybe 3.
He's done an excellent job on a lot of those run plays. He's often in there wrapping guys up, really not allowing them to get those secondary yards. He's a big part of the success that Waterloo's had stopping the run today.
So the ball right at midfield here with 2:22 to go in the first half. It's a gain of 2 on 1st down, so 2nd and 8 for Carleton. Lefebvre to throw. Lefebvre over the middle. That one is caught. Tristan Reddy made the catch. That'll move the chains on 1st down.
Some more good protection up front from that Carleton offensive line, giving Lefebvre a chance to step up.
Yeah, other than the pick six, we've seen if Lefebvre has some time, he can get the ball out. But if Waterloo can get to the quarterback, that's where Carleton's offense struggles. Handoff is to Ferguson. Bounces up for about 5 on first down.
And Aleko just missed him in the backfield. He would have had him for a loss, it looked like, but just couldn't quite get his hands on him.
They're going to say, yeah, they're going to actually mark the ball shorter than initially. It's only a gain of, looks like 3 yards. 2nd and 7 here. Under 2 to play now in the second quarter. Lefebvre to throw. McDonald with the reception. McDonald down the sideline. McDonald to the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, I think it's Hunter Brown. My mistake, 80, not 88. It's Hunter Brown on the little screen. Took it all the way down the sideline for a big play from Carleton here at the end of the first half.
And that's the screen that he dropped earlier on the play that we kind of weren't sure if it was a lateral or not, but some great blocking downfield from those Carleton receivers to be able to lock those guys up man on man and give Brown a chance to get into the end zone.
So Hunter Brown with the touchdown reception on the screen, and we're an extra point away from Carleton being down by 9. It is good, so 19-10 the score with 1:29 to play in the second quarter. Carleton has bounced back here into the wind after a really tough start on offense. I don't think they had a first down in the first quarter. Actually, they had 1 first down via penalty, and that was it, right? So in the first quarter. Since then, though, into the wind, they've been able to move the ball.
Things have turned around pretty quickly here, right? And that's Waterloo what they need to do before, in the last minute 30 here, generate some positive momentum. Try to add a field goal, try to add a touchdown, but do not allow Carleton to score again. Make sure that you go into half minimum with a 9-point lead.
Yeah, and there's 1 minute and 29 seconds left right now, which, of course, in the Canadian game, lots of time.
Yeah, lots of time.
High kickoff to the 15. Sukar will take it. Justin Sukar. Sukar with a hole, and Sukar out to the 36-yard line. Nice return there from the veteran Warrior receiver and returner.
And he does a great job of getting north-south quickly as he's returning the ball. And when your shoulders are coming forward and you're attacking up the field, it's easy to find those creases. So a really good job of just putting his head down and finding an open hole.
So let's see how aggressive the Warriors will be. As you said, Kevin, Warriors definitely don't want to have any points from Carleton put on the board, but they would love to lengthen the lead if they could. Orr is going to throw. Middle of the field, it's caught. Tyler Tierney with a big gainer. Over midfield, down to the Carleton, looks like the 44-yard line, 45.
Waterloo's going to go on the ball quick here.
So that changes the equation as far as the aggressiveness goes, I would imagine. Orr pulls it out again. Orr rolls, tucks it himself, and forces it over the 40 down to the 37-yard line on first down.
And Orr again does an excellent job of reading a late linebacker blitz off the edge and pulling that ball. Carleton's guys are not honoring his run at all, and he's making them pay.
First down, and with the wind at their backs, probably already in cross that field goal range. This one's caught by Tierney. Tyler Tierney to the sidelines, and the ball is spotted at about the 22, right at the first down to gain marker. Flag comes late. I don't know what the flag would be, but we'll see here.
I don't know if maybe it's on number 1 there on Carleton.
Yeah, Louis Laveau.
Looked like maybe something after the whistle, something he said.
Officials are conferring here. Oh, it's against the Warriors.
It's strange for that call to come so late in the play.
Yeah. Was it an illegal block down field, I think?
It looked like blocking before the pass was caught on a screen.
Yeah, so that'll make it 1st and 20, and now likely out of the cross-set field goal range.
Yeah, that's a big mistake. You're going to need to get those yards back.
Over the middle, almost. It was off the fingertips of Romel Samuel Slocum and had him there. And, you know, sometimes we've talked about the accuracy being difficult for Orr with the wind behind him. That one, though, I think Slocum would want back. It was off of both hands. Even though it was a touch high, he probably would have wanted to come down with that.
Yeah, there's a little bit of traffic, right? But there's always going to be. That's one that you, on 1st and 20, you need to catch.
So 42 seconds left, and all of a sudden it's 2nd and 20 for the Warriors. Ball at the 43-yard line. Orr will throw it. Samuel Slocum got a chunk of those yards back, and that's probably in the vicinity where they'll try a kick.
You have to imagine that's what they're setting up there, and it looks like the field goal unit is coming on.
Off the top of my head, I think Crosset's career long is around 48 or 9. This one's going to be 43, it looks like.
With some wind at his back, should be helpful.
Ferdinand's going to be back, though, to try to make sure they don't give up the single here with 38 seconds left. Crosset from 43, Basiliga the holder. Low snap to the back, and it's blocked. Going to be recovered by Basiliga. That's Evan Basiliga who recovered, but yeah, the snap was in behind Basiliga. He did a great job just to corral it and get it down, but the timing was off.
And Louis Laveau just comes right off the edge, lays out, makes a huge play for the Carleton special teams unit. That's a great job.
And something that probably needs mentioning, it's Kalen Fraser doing the long snapping today. Cole Waddell, the normal long snapper, injured and out today, so that long snapping position is so important, and in that case, cost the Warriors maybe a chance. They would love now to just hang on to the 9-point lead. Pass is caught. Reception there by Frederick Hatchie out of Laval, and that's a gain of 10 on 1st down. It looks like they'll move the sticks. 27 seconds here. The chains haven't moved yet.
Looks like it is 1st and 10. Carleton going quick again, getting out of bounds.
Yeah, and another pass, this time to Tristan Reddy.
Should be another 1st down. 19 seconds left. They're just going to keep taking as many chunks as they can down the field. They also have both of their timeouts if they need to use them. So you could see them take a shot into the middle of the field there.
Yeah, absolutely. Still lots of time for them to open up the playbook. Warriors would love to get home on in the backfield from the front 4. Good protection, and the throw almost hauled in beautifully by Hatchie. Tried the one-hander, but it bounced off his chest and incomplete.
But that's not a bad miss from Lefebvre. The last thing you can afford right now is a turnover. So if you're going to miss outside, miss out of bounds.
15.2 seconds to go here. And now I think Waterloo's going to take a timeout here to try to slow down Carleton. Obviously that one was an incompletion, but Warriors want to talk about how they play this 2nd down and long.
Yeah, because if they can stop them here on 2nd and long, you're talking about a 46, 47-yard field goal into the wind. The Carleton kicker hasn't shown a ton of distance today, so I would think that this is a stop Waterloo really, really wants to try to keep that 19-10 score going into half.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to make sure that these chains don't move anymore because At this point, I don't even know, this side of the field with the wind, if this is even a field goal attempt that Carleton would want to try, just because of what could go wrong with a block or a return maybe, and with only 15 seconds left. So Warriors would love to have the Ravens make that decision. They're going to have to come up with a second down stop here to do it, though. Big second down play.
Empty formation here. Let's see if the Warriors can bring some pressure. No back.
Lefebvre wanted to have a look at the pressure coming. Pass is complete to Ferdinand, but a really good tackle by Oleko. It's going to be third down.
And you're looking at they're looking at their 37. I mean, that's a 45-yard field goal.
Yeah, that's...
Looks like the offense is staying on the field. Oh.
Now comes the... Yeah, it looked like they were going to stay on, but now It's an interesting one. This is Tristan Ronaldus at quarterback.
Well, it looks like they are going to be attempting a field goal. They've got the puck down. Looks like Ronaldus.
Oh yeah, Ronaldus is the holder. You're right. Yeah. So it's Forcier.
But this is still a 44-yard
Gonna
field
try
goal
from
into the wind.
Yeah, 44 into the wind. Back for the Warriors is Jordan Travis. Waterloo's going to call a timeout here.
Try and give that kicker something to think about.
Yeah. .44 into the wind. And, yeah, the Warriors, they're not talking about a block package here or coverage or anything. They just wanted to try to give Forcier a little extra time to consider. 10.8 seconds left. If you're Waterloo, the one thing you can't do here is take a penalty. 44-yarder from Forcier. Oh. It is blocked. Tipped and blocked. Picked up there by Anisu Latmore. Latmore is going to go to the sidelines and run out of bounds with 0.8 seconds left. And a big play by Waterloo special teams to block that one.
And that is a guy we've talked about a lot already today. That is number 9, Tyson Hergott, putting his guy back, getting inside of him, getting that hand up, making a huge block on special teams. That's a heck of a half for that guy.
It won't happen for a defensive lineman likely to be considered in the MVP vote, but not a lot of players more valuable to what their team does than Tyson Hergott. He showed it in that first half, and the Warriors are up 19-10 as we hit halftime. Let's see what adjustments either team makes. We'll be back with the second half after this.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated, Ontario University Athletics.
Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. An idea like turning a soccer player into a cyclist, or a goalie into a rower, or a kid who could run into one who can jump, throw, hurdle, vault, and run. RBC Training Ground finds and funds young Canadian athletes with Olympic potential. And their time has come.
Welcome to the inaugural and the first of many diversity in sports conference. Congratulations to everybody for making this all become a reality.
I would highly recommend that people within the sport landscape in Canada definitely come out to this conference next year. There's so much good information that can be absorbed from here, and I think we can all be part of the change within Canada if we all actively engage in conversations like this.
Coming to the Diversity in Sports Conference was one of the best experiences I ever had after coming to Canada. The people I was able to meet, the people I was able to network with, the friends I made, and the learnings I gained were tremendous.
Sign up right now. Follow them on whatever social media platform they are. Email the OUA, contact them, contact whoever you need to contact, find out when they're getting ticket sales again, and get here. This is a must-do every single year. Everyone needs to be here. We need to pack this place and get at it again in 2024.
We don't have to work alone. We can do this together, and it shows by the numbers that are here that we want to improve and we want to make a better future for all Canadians. Doesn't matter where they're from, but that's the goal that we have. So thank you so much for coming to the inaugural conference, and dare I say, see you next year.
1, 2, 3.
where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
Nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. An idea like turning a soccer player into a cyclist, or a goalie into a rower, or a kid who could run into one who can jump, throw, hurdle, vault, and run. RBC Training Ground finds and funds young Canadian athletes with Olympic potential.
Welcome back to Warrior Field on the North Campus of the University of Waterloo on OUA TV. After 30 minutes of play, Waterloo leads Carleton 19-10 in this massive late season battle. Adam McGuire and Kevin Horn with you. And Kevin, Warriors really took it to the Ravens in that first quarter. A little bit more back and forth, evened out a little more in that second quarter. So what adjustments in your mind would the Warriors have made here in the halftime break?
I think the Warriors have done a great job with Nick Orr and running with him, and so I think that's something that I would look to continue doing if I can take advantage of that that's Carleton, kind of those linebackers are not really honoring the edge when they're blitzing. And so if they're going to continue to do that, let Nick Orr continue to slice them up outside. They haven't had a ton of success running the ball with Miller or Springer, so hopefully they can get a little bit more there, and just keep letting Nick Orr do his thing. He looks like he's had a great first half here, and if he can continue to make some of those throws and run the way he has, I think they've got a great chance coming out of here with a win.
Yeah, and on the defensive side of the ball, you talked about it early on in that second quarter and throughout the second quarter. It's got to be about how to get to the quarterback, right? So Tyson Hergott's had an outstanding first half. He's had an outstanding season. He's got to be among the favorites for the Metros Trophy as best lineman of the year. But when the Ravens have been able to get a pocket and protect Tristan Lefebvre from the pass rush of Hergott and others, they've been able to make some gains.
Yeah, I think if Waterloo can continue to affect that quarterback launch point and continue to make his life tough, Carleton will have a hard time coming back.
Warriors look at the ball here with the wind at their backs to start this third quarter. Low kick taken at the 12 by Justin Sukar. Sukar up through a hole, still on his feet, and wrapped up and taken down. Good tackle there made by Jake Henderson, I believe.
And another great return by Sukar on a kind of it almost looked like a flub kick there, but was able to catch it in the air and get some positive yards. They're on the 32 now, right? Let's see what Waterloo can come up with.
Some quick out-of-town scores we'll get to here in a moment after we see the first down play here from the Warriors. Handoff is to Springer. Springer follows the blocks around, gets about 4 on first down. At the half, Laurier has just tacked on another major. They lead Windsor in a showdown in 2 of the top 10 teams in the country. It's 26-0 Laurier at the half. Ottawa leads McMaster 11-0 at the half. And Queens up 15-7 on Guelph after 2 quarters. Second down and 8 here for the Warriors in their first possession of the second half. Orr to throw. Orr goes deep. Basiliga's there. Basiliga's got it! James Basiliga, the big strike. He adjusted to it. He will go for the touchdown. What a bomb! Orr to Basiliga.
Great throw, and the DB thought he had it. He maybe overplayed it a little bit. Right into Basiliga, and you saw Basiliga kind of slow down a little bit. Ball hangs up in the wind. He's able to adjust. What a great job from him. What a great job from Orr. That's a great, nice, very nice play for the Warriors inside the first minute of this half.
Yeah, that's a gut punch for the Ravens, who played an excellent second quarter. And yeah, Kevin, you're right. When that ball was kind of at its apex in the air, it looked like Basiliga might have had to start playing DB on that one. But he was able to haul it in as the defensive back sold out. Extra point kick is up and through, so that'll make it 26-10, pardon me, for the Warriors.
And when you're down in halftime, one of the things you need to do is kind of get that first score and try to tighten that gap. And Carleton was not able to do that there. They gave up a really, really deep shot, and that's obviously something that the University of Waterloo had dialed up coming out of halftime. They said we're going to have an advantage here, and they took it.
Took it indeed. So just over a minute gone. 2 minutes and 11 seconds gone here in the third quarter, and Waterloo has extended the lead. Sun is trying to peek out here. Wind has not relented, though. Crossett to kick it off. He will try to get the leg into this one. And about 4 yards deep in his own end zone is Matt Moran. Moran, flag comes. That is in the vicinity of maybe a hold. We'll see, though. if it's against the Ravens.
Even without that hold, that's still another great job of that Waterloo's coverage unit getting down and being able to cover that deep kick, but looks like it'll be backing up a bit.
Yeah, the Ravens huddle already kind of moving itself back. Referee Kevin Baird will make the call.
That's unnecessary roughness.
Oh, unnecessary roughness. That'll back him way, way up. Spotted at the 1. Yikes, that's a tough break for the Ravens.
Waterloo's got to be thinking right now, we want 2 points.
In the end zone, Ravens will run it, and this is Ferguson. Ferguson with a big gain, and that will erase that penalty. No, that was Alex Gale, 33 and not 23 on the carry. So Alex Gale.
Great job getting vertical right off the snap of the ball. Nice block on the edge to seal the defensive end. That's exactly what Carleton needed right there.
That effectively erases the penalty. Back to the 21-yard line, a gain of 20 on first down. Pardon me, to the 26-yard line. It's a 25-yard gain. Handoff again to Gale. And the Ravens have something cooking here on the run game with Alex Gale instead of Josh Ferguson in the backfield.
And this is one of the things that Carleton wants to be able to do is run the ball successfully. They've got a big offensive line. It's a great job on an outside zone play there and just letting the runner pick the hole and cut up.
Yeah, the one thing the run game does too is try to balance out this time of possession, which Waterloo dominated in the first half. 2nd down and 2 for the Ravens. Lefebvre sends the motion. Gale, the lone back set. Gale's got enough for the first down, and he's hit hard by Kyle Dottie. Tangled up first by James Hinsberger on the tackle, but it's enough for a first down for the Ravens.
Yeah, that's a great example, too, of if Carleton wants to protect their quarterback, running the ball is going to stop these Waterloo Warriors from just pinning their ears back and attacking the launch point. So it's going to make them play the run a bit more. It's going to help that passing game out as well.
First down for the Ravens at the 39 of Carleton. Lefebvre to throw. Hergott came through, passes way up in the air. And it was a bit of a miscommunication. The nearest one there was Anisu Latmore, and if he had maybe picked it up and turned his head around to his right instead of his left, he might have made a bead for that ball. Instead, it falls incomplete.
It looked like they had something dialed up, and it looked like he was open. Or while the spot was open, the receiver just maybe didn't read the same thing the quarterback did.
So 2nd and 10. Another throwing down here. Can the Ravens get Lefebvre the pocket he needs? Here comes Hergott. A little shovel pass. Hergott levels the quarterback. Lefebvre, it's incomplete. What a hit that was by Tyson Hergott, forcing the little shovel incompletion. And it's going to be a punt here from the Ravens.
And it looked like Ugo, number 99, got a hand on that little shovel pass, was able to tip it up. So good play by him, good quick reaction.
Yeah, Divine Ugo, a great play interior to knock it away. Hergott with the pressure, blowing things up again for the Ravens in the backfield. Oh, and just missing that block. Oh, maybe it. Yeah, the punt came back in the air. It's going to be marked at the 54-yard line.
And a lot of pressure on that punt by Zach Parmley, right? Really giving that punter, getting in that punter's face, causes that short kick. Once again, Carleton not getting a ton of yards when they punted the ball today. They've really struggled in that field position. It's helped out Waterloo.
So Waterloo takes back over with the punt into the wind. Big gust now. East to west, left to right on your screen. Handoff is to Anthony Miller. Miller cuts back, hits a hole, gains 3 on first down.
And there you saw the effect of Nick Orr's legs. The defense, the backside of the defense staying home and having to respect the quarterback run since he's had such a successful first half running the ball.
So ball spotted just inside the 51-yard line. Second down here for the Warriors. More motion across the line of scrimmage. Orr is going to turn and run. Orr can't get to the first down marker, though. Tracked down from behind by Xavier Malone. Good tackle there from the linebacker out of Dieppe, New Brunswick, and that's third down for the Warriors.
And he looked like he was hesitating. He had Sukar in the flat, didn't want to take him, went to run, didn't want to run, and I think if he'd made a decision a little earlier, he probably has that first down.
Yeah, a little indecisiveness. Even if the decision is either way, right, the throw or to tuck it and run, it only ended up 2 yards short. So that'll bring on Cole Crossett to punt. Moran deep in his own end zone. And a massive punt. Moran, can he get it out of the end zone? He cannot. Great coverage. Tackle made by the Warriors.
Like Michael Omasemi there on the single point tackle in the end zone. But that's great coverage from Waterloo. And when you have a punter who can put the ball that 7, 9, 10, 15 yards deep into that end zone, it is really, really tough to get it out.
So Crossett makes up for the extra point miss early that was deflected. It's 27-10. Yeah, you're right. It was Omaseni who was down there in coverage. And beautiful direction on that punt, too. Didn't have anywhere to go, did Moran on the... Hergott with the pressure again. Leveled the quarterback, Lefebvre.
They seem to be using him as a read player, but that's 2 plays in a row that he's been able to unload on Tristan Lefebvre, and that doesn't seem like a long-term recipe for success.
So 2nd and 10 again. Lefebvre kind of looked like he was looking for a flag, thought the hit was maybe late. He was planted. OUA doesn't keep quarterback hurry stats. I would shudder to think at the astronomical number Hergott has. A little stunt now as Hergott gets pressure. Pass is complete, and breaking a tackle is Hunter Brown. Fighting his way for a first down. Hunter Brown has been a revelation here for the Ravens today. He's got the touchdown along the far sideline. That time he fought for extra yardage, and it was enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, that's a big play. He catches that at 7 yards. They're punting if he doesn't break those couple tackles. That's a great hard run from him.
So now on the Carleton 46-yard line, it's first down. Quick pass here to Simon, and Simon takes a shot towards Mason Henry as the two come together. Good physical play by the receiver Simon there to lower his shoulder. The first year out of Surrey, British Columbia, gained 9 on first down.
Yeah, and that's a great block by Kasim Ferdinand here on the slot, able to get into the halfback and really allow that screen to happen. So when you have great blocking from other receivers can make plays.
Second down and a short one. Still in the gun is Lefebvre. You have to think this is 2-down territory here for Carleton. Little pitch. Hergott almost blew it up. Warriors are going to blow it up. Oh, what a play. Tyson Hergott made the first move, and Jethro Aleko gets the tackle. A huge loss on second down, and it looked like it was going to be 2-down territory, but not when you lose 9 on second down.
And again, they seem to be using Hergott as a read player, thinking that that's going to be to their advantage, but clearly not working for Carleton coming out of halftime here.
So it'll be a Ravens punt once again into the wind. This one will settle down for Sukar. Flag is down. Another flag is down as Sukar is wrapped up. Caught it on the fly, so that should be no yards against the Ravens.
Yeah, that'll almost certainly be no yards, and they've been close a couple times. But that punt is just sort of swirling up there. It doesn't seem to really ever turn over.
Now the one thing to look at here, was the Raven player blocked from the back into the 5-yard halo? No, it's going to be against Carleton.
And that'll be 15.
It's going to be the 15-yard variety of no yards caught on the fly. Out to the 47-yard line.
And now that second down play from the Warriors looms even bigger. They've got the ball in almost the exact same spot that Carleton did.
Tyson Hergott again. He leads the nation in tackles for loss. He should get a half one on that play as well. This looks like a design run here from Orr. And getting stuffed there was Nick Orr by Schneider K. Felipe.
Yeah, Carleton looked like they were a little bit more ready for that one, right? They didn't fall for a lot of that motion, and I think, I mean, they should be, right? Like, Nick Orr has really hurt them with his legs so far.
So 2nd down and 9. Let's see if Ife Onyeka can try to get some pressure on Orr.
Look, he's rushing from the middle of the line right now. They're all standing up.
Different look for Orr here. Here comes the pressure. He's gone deep again. He's got Basiliga. What a catch with the fingertips. Unreal grab from the veteran out of Thunder Bay. A giant play for Waterloo on 2nd down.
Wow, and Orr just has the ability to just float that ball up there and let his guy adjust, and wow, can he adjust. Absolutely fantastic catch.
Of all the ways I think we saw this going, I don't know if we saw the Nick Orr game coming, Kevin, but we might be in the middle of it here. Orr will hand it off to Springer, bounces off of a tackle and spins to gain about 2. Xavier Malone did a good job there in the backfield, and some extracurriculars downfield a little bit.
And it looks like Carleton switched up their defensive front. It looks like they're running more of a 40 front now instead of that 30 they were running earlier. So I don't know if Waterloo was maybe not prepared for that with some of the running attack they've had so far.
It's a run of no gain for Springer, so 2nd and 10. From the Carleton 17 as Waterloo knocks on the door again. They would love to tack on a major here. We'll need a big play on 2nd down. Or ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to be incomplete. I think it was Brody Burke, the defensive lineman, 2nd year, that got his hand on that one. So that'll bring on Crossett in the field goal unit once again.
Great job. Great job by him to be able to, when the quarterback goes empty, chances are that ball is going to come out pretty quick. So as a defensive lineman, you might not be able to get home, but you can at least get your hands up and make a play for your team.
So Crossett on to try from 25 yards. Basiliga the hold. Better snap that time. Kick is up. Kick is through.
And that's another positive drive for Waterloo's offense. Right, they're able to really stretch Carleton out with the deep ball and convert it into points. They've got to be pretty happy with their passing game performance so far this half. Sure.
Absolutely, and you know, Waterloo leads this game by 20 now, late stages of the 3rd quarter. And I think it's fair to say, Kevin, they've left some points out there with the performance of the offense kind of inside Carleton's 25 or so.
I think they're very close to being able to say that this, you know, they're almost be able to put this game away if they can turn field goals into touchdowns.
Pass is complete to Jaden Simon on a little comeback hitch route from LaFave. It's a gain of 12 on 1st down.
That is something that if I'm Carleton, I'm going to continue to exploit. Quick screens have been their friend.
Yeah, the one way to prevent Hergott and others from getting into the backfield is to get the ball out as fast as possible. This time it's a rush. It's Josh Ferguson. Another good gain on 1st down. That's a gain of 11 that'll move the sticks. So 2 pretty sizable chunks here of yardage for Carleton in their first 2 plays of the drive, and they're over midfield.
Carleton's going fast. You saw Tyson Hergott kind of limp off the field after that first play. And if they go fast, he can't come back on.
Hand off to Ferguson once again. Ferguson tackled that time from behind by Trevon Halstead. Halstead's play maybe lost a little bit on the defensive line with Hergott's gaudy numbers, but part of the reason that Hergott often sees a single team is because of Halstead on the other side of the line. Again, Carleton going fast here on second down. Lefebvre to throw, has some time, goes deep, has a man, it is caught. What a catch. Touchdown Ravens, an unbelievable catch from Kasim Ferdinand on a bomb, and Ferdinand with an outrageous grab of his own to pull the Ravens back within touch.
And that's a great pass, a little bit into the wind, right? But when you're able to throw some quick screens and run the ball, you slow those pass rushers down, and then you're able to go over the top. So very nice little setup from Carleton there, right? A few plays to put guys off on their heels. But if you're Waterloo, that's what you did not want, was a quick touchdown.
Yeah, and the Ravens, you saw it, Kevin, they kind of smelled blood, I think, with Hergott on the sideline. No huddle up to make sure that Hergott couldn't substitute back in. They took advantage. Good protection on that passing play from Lefebvre to Ferdinand, and Ferdinand with good coverage made a great catch and held on through to the end zone for a touchdown. Official took some time to make that call too, Kevin, to make sure that the ball was Ferdinand's and it didn't hit the turf and it wasn't wrestled away from him.
Yeah, it's a little tough to see who really had possession of that versus did they have, who had it at the initial versus who came up with it. But referee was right there to make the call.
So 30-17 now, late stages, third quarter, 3:07 to play. Warriors would love a good return here as the ball hangs up in the wind. Sukar at his own 20. Sukar picks his way through and got up to the 39-yard line is where they'll mark it.
And that's a bad penalty after the whistle from the Warriors. Just pushing and shoving after the whistle, they're going to lose 15 yards there.
Yeah, the late flag came down, and I think it's Divine Ugo with the penalty.
Might have been Halstead, 90. But they're
going to offset, I think. Oh, no, they're going to march it back, yeah.
Waterloo looked like they adjusted their return there. They brought a few more guys onto the right side to try and spring Sukar, and it had worked, but losing 15 yards there is tough.
Yeah, so back down to the Waterloo 24, inside 3 minutes to play, third quarter. Handoff is to Miller. Anthony Miller. He has a hole, hit hard as he crosses the 30-yard line to the 31.
And follow those big offensive linemen. When they pull, 66 leading through the hole, cut inside, follow him, and a great run on first down.
Gain of 6 on first down. So second down and 4. Warriors with only 2 minutes and 21 seconds of the wind at their back here. Left in this one. Pulls it out there, does Orr, and ball is caught. No, it's going to be knocked away incomplete. So Tyler Tierney, the officials are going to talk about this now. Was it a catch and a fumble that Tierney recovered himself, or was it an incomplete pass?
It did look like he caught it and made a step.
No, it's going to be an incomplete pass. They'll take it back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's a 2-and-out. The Ravens are able to force, and now Carleton's sideline gets some more life here.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do after you give up a long touchdown, is put your defense right back on the field.
And we'll keep an eye if 9 in black will come back on the field here for the Warriors defense. Tyson Hergott, a little shaken up on the last series. Another good punt there from Crossett to the 30. Hit the man in the chest. That was Moran, and Moran is going to be buried at the 25. Good coverage as Moran couldn't haul in the punt cleanly. Cole Crossett got a boomer away and does a pretty good job to flip that field.
And that's a great job by that gunner on that far side. He kicks across the field, not as much coverage there. That guy doesn't make the tackle, it can be dangerous. So just a great job of coverage, and once again, another excellent punt from Waterloo.
Hergot indeed back in for the Warriors. 1st and 10. Let's see if the Ravens continue to kind of go hurry up here if they get the ball moving. Hand off to Ferguson. Ferguson pulled down after a gain of 5 or so. Marcus Miller with the tackle.
Carleton trying to stay on schedule here, right? Do something nice and simple, run that ball on 1st down. Ending up in 2nd and 7. Let's see if they can convert this and keep their momentum going.
Yeah, it looked like a gain of 4 or 5, but it's only going to be maybe a long 3 short 4, under a minute to play here, 3rd quarter. Lefebvre to throw. Far sideline, it's caught. That's going to be enough for a 1st down. Jaden Simon settled into the soft spot and caught it, jumped out of bounds, but it's enough to move the sticks.
And that's a great job. If you think you're going to get some pressure, get that ball out of your quarterback's hands quick. Carleton goes fast again here. No time for Waterloo to readjust.
Carleton found some success with this earlier in the year, as well as the handoff is to Ferguson. Breaks the first tackle, does Ferguson, and tracking from behind is Hergot on the tackle, but not before Ferguson gains 9.5 on 1st down.
That is some great physical running. Talk about running behind your pads, right? Keeping your legs turning, presenting a physical opponent to the defense. That is a very good run.
2nd down and a yard. Last time the Ravens in this position, they lost 8 and had to punt. This will likely be the last play of the quarter. Handoff to Ferguson. Ferguson upended by Kashawn Bowen, but it's going to be enough for a 1st down. Ferguson, though, is slow to get up, and the Ravens starting running back will get some attention here on the field as we will step away after 3 quarters. The Warriors lead 30-17. Should be a doozy of a finish. Join us right after this.
Where exceptional student athletes are born, where records are broken, where great plays are made, where school colors ignite passion, where champions prevail, where tradition is celebrated. Ontario University Athletics.
Welcome back. 4th quarter action now. The Warriors lead 30-17 on the Carleton Ravens. Carleton with a 1st down and 10 here approaching midfield. Josh Ferguson very slow, getting some attention, very slow to get off the field there after that gain on 2nd and short. Little handoff on a sweep here. It's Ferdinand, and Kasim Ferdinand, he is making his presence felt here in the 2nd half as Carleton's biggest weapon in the offense makes a beautiful touchdown catch there in the 3rd quarter, and then a big gain there on 1st down.
Yeah, that's a great run from him, getting that ball at full speed. He's hard to match up with.
Lefebvre to throw to the outside. That one's caught and taken out of bounds. There is Jaden Simon as the Ravens continue to move the ball.
One thing we're seeing from Carleton right now is Arnott Smith is staying in to help pass protect. And maybe that's just because of some of that pressure Waterloo's been getting earlier, but Carleton's clearly come up with an answer for it.
First and 10 now, knocking on the door are the Ravens. They're starting to approach some scoring zone here. It's at the 28-yard line of Waterloo. Handoff there was to Alex Gale, but a big stuff by the Warriors. I think it was Aleko with the tackle.
Aleko again, he's been in the backfield multiple times this game. A couple of times he's just missed, but he doesn't miss there. Very nice play on that zone to stop for the runner for no gain.
Yeah, no gain there. As Hergott comes off, he needs a breather as well. This Waterloo defense has been on for a long time. Both teams, too, all week dealing with some cold viruses and flu-like viruses as Lefebvre was going to throw. Lefebvre has time through the middle. It's caught for a first down and breaking the tackle is Hunter Brown. Brown to the end zone. Touchdown. Hunter Brown breaking tackles again, and the Ravens are back within a score.
Hunter Brown has been great after the catch today, right? A lot of his yards have been after the catch. He did a great job of just finding an open zone there to settle into and physical with the ball. He's a big guy to bring down.
The second touchdown catch and run of the afternoon. Bit of a high snap, but it's corralled, no problem. Extra point is through. And early stages, fourth quarter now, the Ravens are back within 6. And the Waterloo offense now has to find a way to respond.
And this game has been like that. Waterloo's been hot. Carleton comes back. Waterloo makes some plays. But Carleton is tough to keep down, right? And they've got a big play offense. They've got some great receivers. They're never really out of the game. And so Waterloo has got to do a better job of staying in possession of the ball and salting this game away.
Yeah, now if you're the offense, you kind of also have to shake off what we talked about, the opportunities for 6 that were 3 or less, right? So settled for field goals 3 times, and also the third down conversion in the first quarter that didn't go for the Warriors inside the Carleton 20. Can't do anything about those plays now, as with the win, Sukar inside of his own end zone will bring it out. Has a block, Sukar to the 20, and maybe the 21 he'll fall forward to. So a long field for the Warriors here. They would love to put together one of those multi-play drives where you kind of wear out the opponent on the ground. They haven't really been able to get the ground game going here, though, this afternoon.
I think they're going to need to. I think what they probably want to see is if they can get a little bit more of that read action with Nick Orr coming off the edge and reading a linebacker, reading a defensive end. That's been some of their best offense today.
From the Waterloo 21, first and 10. Handoff to Springer. Springer bounces through the hole, and Springer on first down. That's a positive run for the Warriors. Picked up 6.5 maybe.
Great job by Springer jitterbugging his way through the hole. Haven't seen Basiliga since that long touchdown catch. I don't think he was in last series either. So Waterloo offense working a little short-handed.
Yeah, no 81 on the field for Waterloo. 2nd and 4 here. Or to throw far side of the field. Oh, Samuel Slocum dropped it. It was right into his numbers. It would have been a first down. He maybe felt footsteps, but the Ravens get a break and they'll get the ball back as Crossett has to punt into the wind.
And that's a couple, that's multiple drops here from some of these Waterloo receivers in critical spots, and maybe that's a little bit of youth or inexperience or not having Basiliga, but these other guys need to step up in his absence.
So 3rd and 4, Warriors will punt. Crossett at his own 13-yard line. decent one away into the wind. Taken at the 40 by Ferdinand. And Ferdinand taken down at the Carleton 48-yard line. Maybe they'll mark it at the 49 or 50. 49 it'll be spotted at. That's where the Ravens will take over with a chance to take a lead here with 11:38 left in the fourth.
Yeah, and if I'm the Ravens, I smell blood. I'm going for the touchdown. I want to try to throw this ball deep again and see if I can beat this Waterloo secondary.
The big question, can Tristan Lefebvre have a pocket that will stay intact long enough for him to go deep? They're going to start with a run. It's Alex Gale, who's in at tailback now with Josh Ferguson still getting some treatment on the table in front of us.
And a good job of finding a hole and just putting his pads down and running, because both these Ravens backs, very physical runners. Not a lot of jitterbugging in their steps.
Yeah, downhill runners, these Ravens. Alex Gale, 6 feet, 218 pounds out of Edmonton. So 2nd and 5 for Carleton here. Lefebvre dropped the snap. He's got to try to get back on it. He does. But a break for the Warriors, and the Ravens will have to punt. So a mistake on either side on 2nd down and mid. And I think, you know, he wasn't on the field, but maybe one of the happiest guys to see that snap get fumbled by Tristan Lefebvre is Romel Samuel Slocum.
You feel a little bailed out there, right? It's nice when the defense can pick you up or when something good can happen. So he's going to want to make up for that one for sure. It's
a loss of 5. Could have been a loss of the football, though, so the Ravens will take it, and that's a shank. Straight shank punt with the wind behind him by Chandra, and that'll give the Warriors good field position here. They're best of the early goings of the quarter here. They're going to mark it at the 40.
And
no, they're going to say 43 now, I think.
And he's had some trouble punting today, and that's not his first inconsistent kick, but you know, that's a critical mistake there. Carleton had a chance to really put Waterloo deep. They couldn't get it done. 2 mistakes in a row.
That's one of those punts too. No matter how good of a punter you are, every 10, 15, 20, it's going to go off the side of your foot. Inopportune time for the Ravens to have it happen as Miller on the handoff is crushed in the backfield, and it's Ife Onyeka. We talked about his impact being mitigated a little bit here by the Warriors' offensive line. That time he blew up that play. It was a loss of 4 on the first down rush play.
And one of the first times that Orr wasn't really reading that backside end. So I don't know if either he misread it or that wasn't the play call, but that's still something that the Warriors have been good at today that I would stay with.
2nd down and very long for Waterloo. Orr's going to throw. Pressure coming. He's got to get away on the screen, and it's complete to Miller. It's going to be another lost yardage, though, as Carleton brought a lot of pressure. Orr did a good job just to get rid of it and complete, but it's a 2 and out for Waterloo.
And another great play by Malik Youssef, able to really work through the traffic and tackle Miller for no gain. You know, that's a great job. It's a tough play for a linebacker, especially when everybody's standing up and you can't really see what's going on.
Cross set to punt. And another decent one into the wind. It does hold up. Punt was taken there by Othman Brahm, and there's a marker down.
So nice tackle by Hinsberger. I think he's being held. I think that might go against Carleton.
It didn't look like it was no yards. Let's see, though.
They do call no yards. And they're going to call it 15.
Yeah, it's a 15-yard no yards. It is a no yards. That punt just held up at the last moment. It was very close, but Carleton then will now get a great starting position here at their own 48-yard line.
So just kind of a series of missteps going back and forth from both teams. Let's see who can now take advantage. Arnett Smith's still in again for Carleton, providing that extra blocking.
Handoff here is to Gale again, and a very minimal gain as 3 Warriors swarm to the football, a gain of only a yard for Gale.
Yeah, that was a good job. They're running at Hergott's end, and he does a really good job of really holding that edge and really pressing into that offensive lineman, and there's no movement being created, and that's what happens.
8:20 and counting to play, fourth quarter. Warriors up by 6. Second down and very long. Lefebvre sends the motion. Lefebvre to throw. Near side for Simon. Simon cannot get to the marker. Great tackles there as the Warriors finally able to wrap him up. Mason Henry and Jethro Aleko both in on the stop, and it's going to be 3 yards short of the line to gain. Carleton's going to have to punt.
Yeah, we've seen Carleton have lots of success with those screens, right? But the Waterloo DB stepping up and making one-on-one tackles is going to be how you shut those quick screens down. Little surprised Carleton's not giving this more of a thought on going for it here.
Yeah, at midfield, right? And with the way the Warrior offense has failed to move the ball, might have been a thought for sure. As another one off the side of the foot of the punter, Chandra, and now especially so, right? On third down and about 3 right at midfield, you're only going to gain a net of maybe 20-ish yards or so as Waterloo will take over at the 35. It'll be 20 exactly.
I mean, he hasn't done a particularly great job today of punting at all. You know, I'm a little surprised they weren't more aggressive there. We talked about in the first quarter Waterloo being aggressive on third down and the momentum it built for them. I think that's a miss from the Ravens.
Yeah, certainly lots of time left, but a chance to maybe just piece together a drive even. A running play there, the handoff to Springer, and again blown up by Onyeka. He has had a great fourth quarter, has Ife Onyeka, and it's a loss of about 4 yards, maybe 3 on first down.
And Carleton looks to be bringing a little bit of pressure from this weak side. They've got a bit of a bracket over top of Justin Sakar, but that gives them an extra guy to be able to send at those running plays.
Still no 81 in black as James Basiliga on the sideline. Or to throw. Or with some time. Across the middle, Samuel Slocum. Can he get to the first down marker? He cannot. Great tackle in the open field by Xavier Malone. Or you could tell wanted to go deeper and beyond the sticks. Unable to find a man, so it's a gain of only about 5 on second down and 13. Warriors will have to punt once again.
And second and long is very difficult to convert, and it looked like you wanted Justin Sakar. Carleton wisely made sure they had a man on him. Looks like Carleton's coming for a block here.
They are going to get there. The Ravens block the punt. What a huge play by the Ravens, punt block. Carleton will take over deep in Waterloo territory. There's a Raven slow to get up. I'm not sure who got the hand on it.
It looked like Henry Mason. It looks like he's the player that's down, but he took that ball really hard. Maybe it's 44, Justin Belanger, but it looked like a really, really hard kick, but that was a great job by that Carleton block unit, getting multiple players to the kick point.
Yeah, and again, with the long snapper out, the ball taking a little longer to get back to Crossett. Maybe that's where Carleton smelled blood there. Dialed up by special teams coordinator Mac Holliday. And after the play, a Raven's still down. So as he gets some attention, we'll step away and be back with the conclusion of this one after this. Welcome back to Warrior Field as the injured Raven, it was L. James Agamodu helped off, but Carleton now with 1st and 10 on the 15 after the huge punt block. Lefebvre and the Ravens trying to claim their first lead of the day. To the outside, the pass is too low off the turf, intended there for Jaden Simon. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And he had him. Lefebvre's just got to put that ball on a little bit better. We've seen both quarterbacks dump a couple in the feet today, but that's one you'd like to have back for sure.
Yeah, he would indeed, as it's 2nd down and 10 now from the 15. Lots of motion for the Ravens to the right of Lefebvre. Pressure comes, he's going to go to the left. It is way overthrown as the pressure came and Lefebvre had to get rid of it. And the Ravens will be forced into a field goal attempt here to try to cut the lead to another 3-pointer.
I mean, I'm surprised. Like, Carleton has run the ball very well this half. They've hit a lot of short screens for some positive yards. You know, that seemed like a time to go back to what was working, not try something new.
So it will be an attempt of 22 yards from the left hash for Brandon Forcier. Forcier's kick is up, and it is good. That'll make it 30-27 with 5:16 to play here. And Kevin, the onus switches back onto the Waterloo offense. And in recent drives, they really haven't been able to get much going here.
No, I think one of the big weapons they had earlier in the game was Nick Orr's legs. Nick Orr's legs haven't been helping them much since then, so they've got to figure out a way to grind out some positive yards here, move the chains a couple times, and make Carleton have to do something. Don't just give them the ball back.
1st and 10 from the 35 after the made field goal. Waterloo elects to take it from there. With the wind at their back, passes to Springer, and Springer is taken down. A great play. I think it was Malik Youssef again who blew up that screen for a loss of a yard.
And he's made a bunch of plays today. He's done a really, really great job. He's playing that Sam linebacker spot, a little bit of coverage, a little bit of being in the box, but tough assignment for a receiver to block, and you see why there.
So 2nd and 11. Can the Warriors pass game find something? Or will throw. Or through the middle. Caught there by Tierney. Wrapped up, though, before he's able to reach the 1st down marker once again. And once again, the Warriors will punt the tackle that time. Schneider K. Felipe.
Another pass short of the sticks on a 2nd down that you needed to get, 2nd and long. You know, you'd like to see Nick Orr try to do a little bit more with that football. Carleton's going to give you that pass all day.
4:04 and counting to play here as Crossett will punt it into the wind. Ball spotted at the Waterloo 40. They're in no hurry. They'll take this all the way down as much as they can. Crossett got another good one away into the wind there. All the way back for it is Brom at the 26-yard line. Brom makes one miss, now another miss, still on his feet. And Brom still going, finally buried by James Hinsberger. I think also in on the tackle, Harrison Schonecker. And so Carleton down 3 will get the ball back at their own 38-yard line.
Right, and they have lots of time. They don't need to do anything rash. They can stick with what's been working for them on offense. Play your game, right? And you could put if you score a touchdown here with the way Waterloo's offense has looked this quarter, you might be in the driver's seat.
Yeah, and you're right. Tons of time. 3:22 here in the 4th. Pitch back to Gale. Gale to the outside, and Gale, a good gain on 1st down, kind of running outside of the tackles there. A gain of 11 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, neat play call there, right? Send some motion. They ran into the weak side with that motion a couple times. able to kind of take advantage of Waterloo, pitch it out wide. Great call from those Ravens coaches.
And they're going to go hurry up again is Carleton. Lefebvre. Pass is caught to Jaden Simon. Hurry up, less about the clock and more about trying to move the ball the most effective way they have this afternoon, which is to hurry things up.
And I think it keeps those Warriors guys a little bit, they're not able to talk with each other in between plays. They're not able to communicate as well, and keeps them on edge.
2nd down and 3. That's the 3-minute warning, and we'll crank the clock. Handoff is to Gale, and Gale gets enough for a 1st down to the Waterloo 44-yard line, and a flag comes in late. And I think it's going to go against Carleton.
I think so too. It'll be after yards gained, but that looks like it's going to put the Ravens back.
Yeah, it'll still be a 1st down, but with the wind at their backs, and Brandon Forcier has a pretty big leg, you're creeping closer and closer to field goal range, but now definitely with the 15-yard penalty pushed back.
Yeah, you have time, but you don't have, you don't want to be making it harder on yourself, right? And taking penalties after the whistle is something that coaches cannot stand.
So it's a 1st down. Penalty was after the yards to gain, but it's back on the Ravens side of midfield all the way down to Carleton's 47-yard line, in fact. Lefebvre to throw. Far side, it's caught. And it is a gain of about 7 by Tristan Reddy, maybe 8. Let's see where they mark it. Yeah, right at midfield. 2nd and 2 with 2:35 to play, and Waterloo clinging to a 3-point lead.
So here's an opportunity for Carleton. They're probably in 3-down territory right now. They might want to take a shot here.
It's going to be a handoff to Gale, and they will move the sticks once again. Still plenty of time, 2:22.
And that's another great job of him just getting downhill and running physical. It's a hard guy. It's hard to stop a guy like that for less than 2 yards.
Fans at Warrior Field trying to urge their defense here to make a stand. 30-27, 2:09 and counting. 1st down from the Waterloo 52. Lefebvre will fake it. Near side. Big tackle made by Isaiah Blackson. The pass was complete to Tristan Reddy, but it's a gain of only about 1. Pardon me, that was Simon, not Reddy, who made the catch.
And he had blockers out in front. If Blackson doesn't make that tackle, that could have gone for much more.
Another big play from Isaiah Blackson, who's got a pick 6 today. They're going to call it a gain of 2 at 2nd and 8 from the 50.
Warrior crowd really getting into it.
They want a stop. Lefebvre throws to the sidelines. It's caught. A great catch on the near sideline by Kasim Ferdinand, and a perfect throw by Lefebvre moves the sticks.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of moving him around and making it hard for the Waterloo defense to identify him. I mean, he's probably their most dynamic guy on offense, so he's somebody to keep an eye on here.
Lefebvre to throw again. Pressure finally comes, and getting home is Marcus Miller with the sack. A huge play as Miller comes from the weak side.
And that is what we would call a coverage sack, right? The Warrior DBs had everybody locked down. Carleton's in 7-man protection, and you just can't protect forever, right? A great job in that Warrior secondary of putting them now in 2nd and forever.
Yeah, it's a loss of 8. 2nd and 18. 1:08 and counting now to play. The throw is complete through midfield. It's not going to be enough for the 1st down, as again Hergot in the backfield, and down is Tristan Lefebvre.
Took a big hit from, I think it was Tyson Hergot there as he threw the ball. Right now you're looking at a 47, 48-yard field goal here. Carleton's got the win, 56 seconds left.
Yeah, and Forcier's on the field here, so he's going to try the field goal here. It's third and very long, right? It's about 3rd and 8 or 9. Lefebvre slow to get up. That was one of those hits right to the midsection when the quarterback opens up to throw right into the rib cage. And Lefebvre gets up on his own power. So this is going to be a huge play in this game. 56 seconds left. Field goal attempt to tie. It's from 47 yards from Brandon Forcier. Snap is down, kick is up, kick is through. A tie game, a huge play. Brandon Forcier, ice water in his veins with the kick.
And Carleton able to get the yardage that they needed on 2nd and long. Instead of trying to push it for 20 yards and get the first, taking something reasonable, putting the ball in a spot where their kicker had confidence. Great job from them. Waterloo needs to answer. They have been very, very quiet for most of this second half. This is their opportunity.
Yeah, and inside, obviously, of 3 minutes, has to be a kickoff. And with the wind at the back of the Ravens, the Waterloo Warriors have to get this ball out of the end zone.
Last one pushed Sakar into the end zone when he returned it. I don't imagine he'll have trouble getting it out, but everything that Forcier's got is going to go into this ball.
The breeze picks up a little bit. Clock just ran about 4 seconds. And the ball blew off the tee. So 42.3 seconds. Job number 1 here, get this ball out of the end zone. Oh, Sukar dropped it. Can he get it out? Yes, he can. Sukar tackled at the 2, hit hard.
And didn't get out very far. So now you're Waterloo. You're in a real situation where you need to get some positive yardage here to get away from your end zone. You cannot afford to give up a safety. That's going to end this game.
Yeah, so because it bounced, they don't bring it out to the 20. It's at the 2.
Look for Carleton to bring a lot of pressure here and try to make this really tough for Waterloo to get out. Carleton's also got both of their timeouts, so if Waterloo tries to sit on the ball, they can stop the clock.
Yeah, still 36.8 seconds left. Warriors won't be able to play for overtime here. Orr is under center. Handoff. Can Miller get out of the end zone? He can. Back to maybe the line of scrimmage or a gain of a yard.
Yeah, and it looks like Carleton's calling timeout here, but they're going to be 2nd and long for the Warriors.
Carleton takes a timeout with 31.8 seconds left.
Looks like that even run was a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah,
Waterloo
it was.
At the 1 yard line.
So, Kevin, I'm going to ask you to put your coaching hat on here. If you're an offensive play caller, how do you handle this situation? Do you try to get Orr running a little bit and with some space so he can throw the ball to the sideline? Do you try to run it right up the middle again to take some ticks off the clock? Still a timeout left for Carleton.
Yeah, I don't think sitting on the ball here is the answer. Nick Orr's legs have been Waterloo's biggest weapon today. I might try to see if I could roll him out, even a little 2-man game on the wide side of the field. See if I could get something positive going here. Even a little route would give me some space away from the end zone if I wanted to punt, but I'd be utilizing Nick Orr's legs. They've been his best. They've been the best weapon for the Warriors offense today.
2nd down and 11, ball on the 1, 31.8 seconds left. Orr under center again. it looked like someone jumped. No flag is down or went straight ahead. And there is no flag down. It looked like a Raven jumped.
It definitely looked like a Raven jump, but no orange on the field. So we'll play on. Carleton's going to take another timeout. Waterloo manages to gain 2 yards on that series, burn off 10 seconds. Is that going to be enough? We also need to be aware, right, that we talked about this earlier. New long snapper in for the University of Waterloo. Carleton's already blocked a punt today. Gotta imagine they're going to come for this one.
.7 seconds. Even with a return, a decent return here, you might be in range for Forcier to try to kick a game winner. It's a high punt, and it's going to be taken at the Waterloo 35. And a good return. They're well within field goal range now, are the Ravens. And unbelievably, Carleton down 30-10 has a chance to kick a game-winning field goal here in the closing seconds.
Yeah, I would expect them to sit on this clock a little bit here, not risk a turnover. Actually, it looks like they're going to kick the field goal right now.
Yeah, they're going to kick it right now in case there's a problem with the snap, I guess, because they can still hop on it and try it again.
I would have expected it on second down. On first seems early, but hey, I mean, if you think your guy can make it, don't mess around. It'll be critical for whoever's returning this ball for Waterloo. Looks like tries to get it out of the end zone if it's a miss.
38-yarder. Waterloo's going to take a timeout. Yeah, and maybe, you know, Forcier's leg has been really strong. We saw him kick an extra point over the fence earlier today in the right end zone. And so Forcier obviously wants to make it, but is probably focused more on hitting it as hard as he can to get it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah. Looks like they're making a switch here. They're sending their offense out onto the field. So maybe Carleton playing a little bit of mind games with University of Waterloo, forcing them to burn a timeout.
So if you're Waterloo, you're creeping into needing a miracle territory here. Turnover, a mistake by the Ravens.
Yeah, I'd be expecting a run here. These Warrior players are going to be punching at this ball. They're going to do anything they can to pull it out of Gale's hands.
Alex Gale with the
Hergod's
handoff.
got it.
Hergod had his hands on the ball. He's ripping at it. He's not going to get it out. Now the field goal unit back on. The spot's going to be at the 27-yard line, so about a 34 or 5-yard line. Let's see where the tee goes down, or the marker goes down.
Also, good call from the Ravens, trying to get that ball more in the middle of the field. A little bit more friendly for the kicker, maybe.
It's going to be about a 34-yarder.
Oh, the clock is running, so we're on the last play here.
And Waterloo's going to take another timeout. The wind at the back of Forcier. You need to have somebody back there to return it, obviously, but at what point do you try to make the call that you sell out for the block with the leg of Forcier?
I think it's unlikely that he doesn't put the ball through the end zone, but I think you still want to leave a player back there for that eventuality. You also sometimes see teams put a player who can punt back there to be able to punt the ball out of the end zone to ensure they don't give up that single point. But I would bet Tyson Hergod is going to be in his last game here, home game here at Waterloo Warrior Field, wants to get his hands on this one.
So Brandon Forcier, a chance for a game winner from 34 yards. Kick is up. Kick is wide, but it's out the back of the end zone. It'll be enough for the single, and the Ravens have won it. 31-30 will be the final as Carleton storms back to take a dramatic win at Warrior Field.
That is a tough lot for the Warriors. For most of this game, they outplayed Carleton. They just really struggled to move the ball in the fourth quarter and just gave the Ravens too many opportunities to erase their own mistakes.
So that will move the Ravens to 3-4. It drops the Warriors to 2-5 and puts them in must-win territory next week as they close the season in Toronto. With all kinds of playoff scenarios obviously still in play, the OUA will likely publish those later in the week. But the Ravens are the ones with the fate in their own hands as the Warriors drop a nail-biting, a heartbreaking loss to the Ravens 31-30. So that will do it for our season here from Warrior Field. One more game on OUA TV at the University of Toronto next week, and then maybe playoffs. We'll have to see how it all sorts out. In the meantime, our final 31-30, the Ravens beat the Warriors. For Kevin Horn, I'm Adam McGuire. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon from Warrior Field.